Hello everyone, my name is Gokuldas Changadkar. Welcome to Power BI video series on sales data analytics, a case study implementing using Microsoft Power BI. In this video series, today we will be discussing about Module 3, the data modeling techniques. Okay, so what is the agenda for Module 3? In this module, we will cover the basics of data modeling techniques. We'll be building the date dimension from scratch, which is one of the core dimension referring sales data analysis cube. And why it is important? Because we can slice the data by month, by year, by quarter, or by half year. And to do this, we will build also the hierarchies within the date dimension so that we can analyze the data by different slices. In any software development lifecycle, as you know, we use different development methodology. Similarly, whenever we are implementing and designing solutions using BI, then the most commonly used methodology is Kimball methodology. It's quite old and it was conceived in 1980s. And this methodology has been virtually implemented across every industry vertical, application area, business function, and technical platform. So this module will cover the basics of data modeling techniques with following key tenets. Focus on delivering value for the business. Dimensionally structure the data that is delivered to the business. Implement the solution using iterative and incremental approach instead of going for big bang approach. So let us look at a typical Kimball life cycle. Okay, so it starts with basically a project planning, because based on whatever solution we are going to divide, we need to identify the different tasks and come up with our high level project plan. And then the next step is, as part of the different tasks, is business requirement. Then we will have different streams. Okay, one for technical architecture design, what will be the product selection tools, what will be the architecture, physical architecture, whether it is cloud, on premise, all those aspects. And then basically we will then start the aspect of designing a data warehouse. So we have to think about the dimensional modeling, what will be the physical design, the ETL tools and design and development for that. And once we have laid down the framework for our data warehouse design, then we can start focusing on application design and then application development. And this is planned iteratively. And once we identify, you in a way like agile development methodology, we can have different sprints, and therefore first core features we can identify and then basically follow all these steps. And once we build it, then we can deploy it and keep on incrementally adding and maintaining this solution, okay, over the multiple iteration. So as pointed out earlier, that this should be iterative and incremental approach and not a big bang, so that the end user is seeing what he is getting out of it, and so he doesn't have any surprises. And if he needs to, if there are any gaps, those can be closed. Okay. Okay, now let us try to understand the different data modeling techniques. So when we build a data warehouse solution, we organize our facts and dimension using two key models. One is star schema and another is Snowflake schema. And we will study each of these models in detail. Let us now understand what is star schema. In star schema model, the fact is at the center and all the associated dimensions are surrounding it. And therefore, it resembles like a star. Let's see how our model for our case study looks like. So let's see our model. Okay. So we have fact, sales fact in the center and all the dimension referring it like a geography, order status, product, date and scenario are surrounding it and it resembles a star. Okay. So it's as simple as this. So let us understand Snowflake schema. Snowflake schema is just the extension of star schema. You know, in our product dimension has something called product category. So to show that relationship, we use Snowflake schema. Okay. And basically, product category is important because when we build a product hierarchy, we need product category so that we can slice the data by product category. So it is just a way of showing the relationship. Okay, in the model. Okay, so I'm here in Power BI desktop and I'm going to create a new table. So we'll name our dimension date. So it's calendar function I'm going to call and my date range is going to be, because we have data from 2019, so I'm going to just name it from 2019 01, that is my from date. We can build it till 2025. So now we have all the dates created here, but I need to add few more columns because this is day wise data. So let's format it. Okay, so I'm going to choose the format. So it's year, month and day format. And now we will add few columns because we want to build few more column because we want to analyze the data by months, quarters, half year and yearly. So let's add new columns here. So first I will add a month column, which is like a month number and my dimension is date. So I'm going to just, so all it is doing here is deriving the month uh, from the date. Okay, and this I may use to derive our quarter column, quarter and year column. Okay, so now let's add one more column called year. Which is again year into date. So it will derive year from there. Now because I want to analyze the data by months, so I will add a new column and name it month and year. Okay, and we can call it month year. Okay, and I can use now format function and again I will use date, and because I want to format it like months and then space here. Okay. Now for quarter, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have a column quarter number. Okay, or we'll simply call it quarter. And I have already the formula because which I'm going to use because it's just some conditional if and comparing the month column and using it here. So and just to save some time, you can see what we are doing is if month is less than or equal to 3, then it's a quarter 1. If it is between 3 and 6, we call it quarter 2. If it is between 6 and 9, we call it quarter 3, or else it is quarter 4. So now we have quarter column. We will add just quarter and year, which is just a concatenation of quarter column, and so we can just do that. I will just separate it by space and then here. Okay, so now we have all the quarter and years. Now let's add basically another column for half year. Half year formula is comparatively simple. So again I will bring it here from my earlier notes. So I'm going to just very simple comparison of month if it's okay. So now we have built all the columns. In the next module or next section, we will build the hierarchy for the date dimension. Okay, now let's build the hierarchy for the date dimension. We are going to build by year, half year and quarter hierarchy. So all I'm going to do is click here, right click on year column, and I will say create hierarchy, and I will rename this hierarchy to by year, half year, quarter hierarchy. Now because I want so here is my top level member. Now the next below it will be half year, so I am going to add it to that hierarchy using right click. Next I want quarter and year to come, so I will say right click and choose this hierarchy, so that also will come, and then we'll choose month and year and add it here. And then finally my leaf level member, so which is the actual transaction date, that will come here. Now how we can visualize this hierarchy? Normally we use it in one of the widget. The visualization I'm going to cover in the module 5, but just to demonstrate how the date hierarchy looks, so all I can do is I can drag it here, and you can see that how it is looking. So we can see all the quarters, okay, and then the month in each quarter. Okay, so and then in half 2 the quarter 3 and quarter 4 will come. Okay, so As you might have seen how easy to build the date dimension and build a hierarchy from it. Okay, thank you. Okay, we have come to the end of module 3. We will cover now in brief what we will be covering in module 4. But before I do that, I want to just recap what we did in module 3. We started with the basics of data modeling techniques, mainly the development methodology used while designing and implementing a BI solution, Kimball methodology, which is most commonly used. And also we discuss about Kimball life cycle, and then we studied uh, what is star schema model, what is Snowflake schema model, and then we had a hands-on session on building the date dimension from scratch, and also we build the hierarchy for the date dimension. I will highly recommend you guys to follow this video and practice it yourself to create the date dimension and build the hierarchy for the date dimension. And if you have any questions, you can message me on this our YouTube channel. Okay, so let's see what we will cover in module 4. So we will be building hierarchies for product and geography dimension, and also we will set up the relationship between the fact and different dimensions table, which are referred by the fact cube. And then once we finish module 4, in the last module, which is module 5, we will cover visualization. Thank you.